of our culminating presentation of this is our 8th 3-day training on the World as It Could Be Institute. And I'm Sandy Socott, the director of the program, and I want to start first by appreciating our participants. We've had a great group of teachers, educators, nonprofit leaders and I want to welcome, we've had Representative Jacqueline from Mexico, who will be bringing this back. It's really wonderful. It has been a very meaningful 3 days, and we are now going to start to show what we've been doing to give you an idea about what the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is about and what it means to everybody as they have learned its history and its implications for playing a role in making the world better today. So everybody, please join us up here to begin our presentation. Everybody will be involved.
Yeah, we're going to have everyone join our circle. You can just leave your papers there for now. So yes, yeah, everyone who can join the circle, please do. And Natalia, do you have a partner you want to be partners? Okay, you're a partner there. Who needs a partner? Okay, so. Okay. Oh, but Tommy didn't have a partner. Yeah, so Tommy, you can help her after you talk.
All right.
Tommy's going to introduce this. This is one of the warm-ups that we did in terms of learning about how to work together as an ensemble and collaborate as a team. So, go ahead, Tommy.
Awesome. So this begins with a story. The legend. Check it out. Once upon a time, all lands were united. One world, one life, one sun was provided. And one people with skin so beautiful, tones like jewels, each one original. Now flash to the future, the story is still the same. Reflections of our past, gifts that we claim. Now, one legend that was passed around is everyone's skin is just a different shade of brown. Like my skin color is, your skin color is, my skin color is, your skin color is my skin color. See, skin color is a spectrum. We know that fact. We highlight its beauty through high-five contact. See, humans are humans and we have the same parts. And skin tones are different, but not too far apart. Now, every high five is special because we are. The colors together, they raise bars. They bring us together. They drop guards. So I'll give you the rock and I'll give you the star. I need a hand. Now, we're all gonna participate in doing our own ultimate high five, right? And it starts with one step, which is just to choose a partner, which is very simple. You can do 2 or 3, or we can do 2. Actually, you know what? So that I can lead it, maybe you guys can do a 3. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you have your partners. Now all you want to do is make a high five with your partner and freeze. Yes. Now, make a rock out of your 2 hands. Wonderful. Right? Now bring your rock down. And I want you to look at your skin colors and come up with a color of your skin. For instance, you look at my skin color. I look at my skin color and I say it's carne asada. That's the nickname I'm giving my skin color. What you want to do is go ahead, you guys can unlock hands and examine your colors. And give yourself a nickname that isn't in the crayon box. Right? If you think you're white, are you marshmallow? Nobody's marshmallow. You could be ivory.
Right.
You want to each individually give each of your own colors a nickname. So you will be one color and you will be a different color. Unless you guys think the same. then you can be whatever that is squared. Stole that.
Very olive.
Oops, sorry, brother. Did everybody figure out a color?
Yeah.
Fresh. What do you guys think? Golden brown, brown's in the crayon box, so you can say
Not in the crayon.
not in the crayon box. What in the world is golden brown?
Brown sugar.
Are you guys graham crackers?
There we go, there you go.
Graham cracker squared, all right. I'm sorry, I do this all the time, so I gotta
He has the vocabulary.
well, I mean, yeah, I build it up. Like,
Yeah.
some days I'm melba toast, you know? I don't know. So now that you have your colors, now just make a handshake that encompasses those two colors. For instance, if you are carne asada and, what did I say?
Taco, Melba toast, right?
Melba toast, carne asada, Melba toast, I would do a handshake with myself. Let's say I'm two people, I would say, oh, Melba toast, carne asada, weird taco. Maybe I ended with a dad or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so make a handshake. Just create a handshake between the two of you. This handshake is unique to the two of you.
Okay, see? I like the idea. We're doing it that way. Stage everybody. Working for 2.5 days and she's
You guys made me so laugh.
I know, well, you can't hold genius back. You just can't hold genius back. Can I say? Yeah. All right. And then how about? No, first. How about just in the
You're gonna be like,
Don't try.
don't try. Ready? All right.
Okay. I think we need to go this way. They're a hard act to follow.
All right.
Working hard? No, I'm
Before you slap 5 times. You like that? All right. Let's just share them. Let's see. Can you tell us your color? And well, you know your color.
Crust.
Oh.
Graham cracker crust.
With that, what you guys come up with?
Okay.
All right, so should we say what each of us are? I'm creme brulee.
Vanilla.
Strawberry.
We are a French dessert.
We've created a French
Great
dessert.
dessert.
Okay. You ready?
Shot. Stir.
I think the proper response is,
Okay.
We are caramel toasted almond cinnamon. So we have stretchy caramel, we toast the almonds, and then we sprinkle the cinnamon.
Nice, nice.
Together, we are mountain lion. So,
Mountain lion.
rock.
We've got some pink, we've got some brown, we've got some white, so together we are bruised peach. Pick it, we come together, we bruise it.
Yes, I love you, Bruce.
Okay. We are a latte. She is
Turbinado sugar.
and I am espresso.
lots of sugar in our coffee. We stir it all up. And then we drink it.
Were you gonna say something? No. So, thank you, Tommy. So what we're gonna present to you now is we're gonna start with some tableaus. You can take your seats. And we're gonna do, one of the things that we worked with in working together this week is to talk about what it means to be an upstander and a bystander in regard to human rights. And each person was giving a short prompt that said, can you talk about where you saw an upstander for human rights? And create a tableau. These are just simple tableaus. Simple tableaus. Okay? Oops, sorry.
Ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. Can I have one?
Sure. Would you like toasted almond or cherry Garcia or?
Cherry Garcia.
Very good.
It's delicious.
You know, Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Thank you so much. Can I have 2 scoops of cherry Garcia?
Of course, absolutely.
You know, I've never had your ice cream, but I will support you now. Cherry Garcia, please. Thank you.
Can you turn it up a little bit? Sure. So this tableau was inspired by a statement last year that Ben and Jerry's made after there have been several killings of African Americans, and they came out completely unsolicited and made this statement that Black Lives Matter, which was really important for me as a Black woman and as a mother of a Black boy, to have a company in the face of other people, who are risking their business, risking losing some of their customer base because of the way that people feel. People don't necessarily agree with the statement that Black Lives Matter. And so to me, it was an example of a company standing up and saying, these are our values, this is what we believe in, this is what is important to us. And it was just an example of a company being an upstander instead of a bystander.
And your club. Isn't that your?
Oh, and the song that's playing is called Black Lives Matter and is by my band Blue Kid.
In the evenings, I have the privilege of working under a very organized administrative staff at a local adult school. We offer ESL and high school diploma classes to several thousand adults a year. Our recent political election has increased anxiety among the immigrant community in the Bay Area. K-12 schools are sending out newsletters letting the families know that their children are safe, their records are safe, and that ICE will not be permitted on campus. Minors are protected. My students are not minors, and therefore are not eligible for the same protection the other students are. Fear has been circulating our population. When our principal announced we're going to be vigilant regarding ICE, we are not going to roll over. Immigration would not be allowed on campus, and she herself would engage with the government. We would reassure our students and stay vigilant. She, a woman of color, in dangerous times for minorities and law enforcement, was going to deal with the U.S. federal government in defense of her students and hold it down until legal counsel could be summoned.
At this school, no one will interfere with the students' right to learn.
Article 26 of the Declaration of Human Rights.
If I could tell the world about human rights, I would point to the inherent dignity we all possess by virtue of our shared capacity for experience, for pleasure and pain, pride and shame, love and loss, hope and despair. I would tell them that I can know you, and you can know me, because we are the same.
If I could tell the world about human rights, I would tell them that after 21 years in education, I still marvel at the lack of compassion, solidarity, and openness too many people bring to school daily. I have come of age in a broken system, badly in need of an education in human rights. I dream of a school as it could be, should be, and must be. How to teach those out of reach. I'm 45, and yet some folks still see me as a kid. The other day I was told, I thought you were a new teacher, not the principal. If schools are going to promote understanding and respect for and between the diverse communities we serve, genuine commitment to change and human rights is needed.
You asked what human rights look like, and I would tell you, you already know. You saw it in 4 p.m. reruns after school, waiting for dinner. You waited in line to see it opening night, and 2 weeks ago you paid the extra $2.50 for the 3D experience. Confused? Well, for the most part, the characters weren't human. They were the cantina scene of Star Wars New Hope, showed weekly in the adventures of Star Trek Enterprise, and most recently in the Valerian Space Odyssey. Citizens around the world came together to be taken to worlds where everyone was accepted as deserving the same basic level of rights. Space travel directors have focused for years in creating utopias and dystopias of humanity, foregoing the human form, hence avoiding the individual and societal baggage that stop us on Earth from embracing our common humanity. A system that allows people to be judged on the content of their character and not on the color of their skin, country of origin, gender, age, or ableness.
Si pudiera decirle al mundo qué son los derechos humanos. Artículo 13. 1. Toda persona tiene derecho a circular libremente y a elegir su residencia en el territorio de un Estado. Toda persona tiene derecho a salir de cualquier país, incluso el propio, y a regresar a su país. Si pudiera decirle al mundo que son los derechos humanos, el respeto al derecho ajeno es la paz. Benito Juárez.
Article 13. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his or her own, and to return to his or her own country. From Benito Juárez, respect for the rights of others is peace.
If I could tell the world about human rights, I would ask my students, what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to be black or brown skin wearing a hoodie and baggy jeans? Who are you to the rest of America or in the eyes of the police? Are you still human if they shoot you? If they use that one picture on your Instagram where you were looking your hardest and your skin was at its darkest? Would they justify a child's death and say that you were heartless? If I could tell the world about human rights, I would ask my students, what does it mean to be human? When schools will persecute you for your grown bodies, your muscles, your curves, your crop tops and short shorts, your natural hair, your native tongue. If I could tell the world about human rights, I would ask them to turn to my students. Look at my students. Don't they deserve to be human? Don't they deserve to be loved, nurtured, and cared for? Don't they deserve to ask questions, to be loud and playful, or unsure and scared? Don't my students deserve to strive for their humanity, to make it home safe and sound, to express themselves creatively, to hold their stories in their hearts and speak their truths loud and proud? If I could tell the world about human rights, I'd stand with shoulders squared to America and I'd say hella loud, you fucked up. All kids deserve to be human. It's time to hear them out, so sit down and shut up.
If I could tell the world about human rights, I would say we all, like trees, have the right to flourish, to put down our roots, to draw from our traditions, our ancestors, to be united with each other in a grove of love and unity, and together to branch out, to reach out, to let our fruit be born to the world.
If I could tell the world about human rights, I would overwhelm them with compassion. I would confront our shared purpose, our shared humanity. If I could tell the world about human rights, it would comfort the afflicted, afflict the comfortable, and affect our comportment. I would empower the subaltern. I would subvert privilege. If I could tell the world about human rights, the world would respond, recognize our shared traits, hew to our common needs, connect to our mutual interests, see our reciprocality, recognize reciprocity, and be better.
If I could tell the world about human rights, I would say that it is the frame that we all should be operating within, using the lenses of equity. Loving me doesn't mean hating you. We are all welcome in this house. Just make sure you wipe your feet on the road. Bring your knowledge and experience. I'll bring mine so we can share and swap stories of our past to make better choices for our future. Open the doors of understanding that will lead us to lean into compassion. Ask the questions burning a hole through your mind, and don't believe everything you think. We all have a right to freedom and to just be. We must plant and water the seeds of solidarity, and you watch how we grow. I'm going to do a song by Issei Barnwell, performed by Sweet Honey and the Rock, called Will You Harbor Me? And this song, for me, embodies human rights because it asks, would you take in someone who is not like you? And would I take you in? Would you harbor a Christian, a Muslim, a Jew, a heretic, convict, or spy? Would you harbor a runaway woman or child, a poet, a prophet, a king? Would you harbor a Tubman, a Garrett, a truth, a fugitive, or a slave? Would you harbor a Haitian, Gory,